Hello, so I'm like a little anxious to make this video because it's been a while and I have so many updates. But first, I want to start with school because as some of you know, I left teaching in January to become a full-time student to pursue my master's degree in speech and language pathology. I have officially completed 2 semesters of school. So that's spring and that's summer. So in the summer, as you guys have seen in the video that I posted that said summer school is overwhelming, I took 4 classes. So 3 of my classes were in the first part of summer, and then I took 1 class during the last 5 weeks of summer because summer is winding down. The last class I took was speech sciences and instrumentation. So we looked at a lot of spectrograms, we looked at a lot of voicing, we talked about phonemes, we read a lot of research articles, and that class particularly really had me thinking. And I'm gonna make another video about my fears of becoming a clinician because I am very excited, but the variety that this field offers is a little nerve-wracking to me. But I'm gonna make a separate video about my thoughts going into the field. But as far as that class goes, I did extremely well. Looking at spectrograms was actually really fun. I look forward to, in my clinical practicums, going into hospitals, shadowing a speech therapist and looking at different assessments and looking at different spectrograms and looking at the voicing. So that was pretty nice to see. A lot of audiology came into that. I took audiology in my prerequisites, but it's been a while, so it was nice to dig back into my memory of things that I learned in that class and apply them to this class. So needless to say, I did excellent in all of my classes. The only thing that I would change is that I took neuroanatomy this summer, and summer classes are only 5 weeks. So I definitely think, especially in terms of me taking the praxis exam, I need a refresher on that course because that course went like this. It was so fast. We had a midterm and a final, and that was it. We had 2 lectures, a midterm, 2 lectures, a final, and that was the entire class. So anatomy to me, neuroanatomy to me, definitely has to be a refresher course. But I think as far as like the spectrograms and speech science instrumentation, I got that down pat. So summer went well, and now we are moving into the fall. Now, before I tell you the news, let's rewind back to how I've been sustaining myself being a full-time student over the past 2 semesters. So I've been tutoring, doing ESL. I did an ESL summer camp, which was really convenient because it was on my school's campus. And I found that job on Craigslist, of all places. So I did tutoring, I did ESL summer camp, and I also did ESL virtually. So I have been able to maintain my necessities through these jobs while also focusing on school. So that was nice. So as the summer camp was winding down, I get a phone call. They say, hey, are you still in school? How is school going? I said, hey, school is going fine. Thank you so much for reaching out. This is the old job that I had previously left in January to become a full-time student. They said that, well, we need teachers, and we know that you are still in school, but we are willing to work with your school schedule so that you will be able to be in the building full-time. I said, a full-time job? I haven't worked a full-time job since I left. So this opportunity came at a time that I really needed it, but also it came as a shock because had they been working with my schedule the first time, no, I'm not even gonna say that I wouldn't have left because I don't regret leaving and pursuing my education full-time because I did super well during my first 2 semesters. But them calling me and saying that they would work around my school schedule was just a blessing. I accepted the offer to become a teacher at the job I was previously at, and I am now teaching full-time again at the previous school. And what I love about this is that I get to see my students that were in that video, that why I left teaching, and they're gonna be 1st graders now. And they had asked me to be a 3rd and 4th grade history teacher. So I'm not teaching the babies anymore. I'm dealing with a little bit of older kids, which is gonna be a transition for me too, because I haven't spoken to a class full of anybody over 7 ever. So this is gonna be a transition for me as well. But also I've taken my classes, as far as taking 4 per semester because I was full-time, I'm taking 3, which is not too far off. You know, life happens, it gets in the way. But they are working with my schedule, which I'm thankful for. And the only class that clashes with my work time is my clinical practicum, which is essentially a class where I have to observe a client and write a goal. And I told them that was a non-negotiable. So the only thing that I'm tasked to do is make up those hours some way. And because of the grade that I'm teaching, they're testing, they're getting ready for state testing. So I think I'm gonna do an after school program or do a Saturday class. So that's not an issue. But your girl is a full-time teacher again. And I guess you can say a part-time student. I'm taking 6 credits. That considers me to be full-time, but I'm only in classes 3 days a week. You guys will be able to see me going to work, me setting up my classroom. I'm not in my classroom right now. We're on break, and I actually need to go back very soon. But you guys are gonna see me setting up my classroom, me going to school, me doing lesson plans, me just getting back into the routine of things. And I'm very excited, honestly. I miss teaching. I really did. Like, being home and being able to focus on one thing was a blessing, but also I love teaching. I miss those kids that were in the video. They are going to be so big. I wonder if they remember me. I still talk to a few parents. But super excited about this opportunity. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you are interested in my content. I post a lot of school, work, being a teacher, my thoughts and opinions. I also have a Substack. I have a blog. My Substack is for more personal stories and anecdotes, so I'll be posting on there very soon. And then my blog, I post a lot of how-tos, things I observe. So just find me on the internet, okay? And with that being said, I will speak to you guys in the next video. Bye.